What's up, guys? We got episode 4 of our TriPoint podcast. I'm with Michelle Huck.
Hi.
She coaches our CrossFit classes, a couple of them, and then does Fit Chicks and then a CrossFit Kids class. Okay, so she's great at that. She used to teach kindergarten, right?
First grade.
First grade, yeah.
Got lots.
It's tough first grade, so it was natural for the kids class. Really good. So usually we do a sponsor. So today was kind of special because I get on. Do you have a Stash account? You ever heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I don't have one.
It's like investing for dummies
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I put $6 into Starbucks, so
Okay.
pretty much part owner. So I figured I better start advertising.
We
So
spend a
that's
lot
good.
there, so.
Yeah, I figured I spent enough, so I'm kind of like part owner. Put that on my
$6
resume.
will do it for you.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll
And
buy
then-
you one drink.
Yeah, and that's good. You know, you could teach me a little about this podcast because you weren't you on a TV show in Virginia?
I don't think so.
No, wasn't you? All right.
I don't think so.
Maybe that was somebody else.
Maybe.
Yeah. A couple of things real quick. So, Michelle, we actually just got on with this Elite Eating Cleveland. So it's kind of like paleo to me,
Mhm.
but what they do is they have like 12 meals for the week that you can pick from. And so what you can do is go online and order, and I think it's by Thursday night before or whatever, or Thursday night, and then you can have meals delivered to the gym for the following week. So if you don't have time to like meal prep or whatever, and you want your lunches for the week or even dinners, breakfast, whatever, it's kind of a good option for it. So I thought that was kind of cool. So we're gonna do a little trial run with that.
They'll deliver here and people pick them up.
Deliver here, yeah. So it kind of saves you on shipping. So that's what's kind of cool about the Elite Eating Cleveland, it's called. I'll advertise a little bit more. I'll send out a little bit of info, but yeah, just so you can get people kind of going on that. Another thing today too is the Open. So that workout was kind of crazy. So 18.3. It was like a million double unders, muscle ups or pull ups. What was the other thing?
Overhead squats.
Overhead squat, yeah, a lot of technical stuff. So I think a lot of people ask us a lot about, they go to get a jump rope, and definitely get your own jump rope.
Yes.
And they ask me where to go, and I think that RX rope is good because just the website, it's called rxropes.com, I think.
Is that one with the smart gear?
Yeah,
RX Smart Gear.
Smart Gear, yeah, RX Smart Gear, that's what it's called. And what they do is they actually have videos teaching you how to kind of like get your first ones down and tell you how to size it, and it'll tell you, what the thickness should be.
Right.
And so that's kind of a good place to start. 'Cause I know double unders are kind of frustrating. That was the worst thing for me. It took me like a year to get those.
And that's where I got that first rope and finally got it.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I would definitely recommend that.
That's where I started with that too. If you get like a real thin rope, you go a little bit too fast. You see the people going a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
You got to slow it down a little bit. So RX Smart Gear would be a good place to start with that. I'm just like trying to get advertising like crazy. So we have Starbucks, Elite Eating Cleveland, and RX Smart Gear. All right.
Please sponsor us.
Yeah. Mention Easy for a 10% discount. So we, I was gonna say real quick. So Michelle, the first day you came into CrossFit, I still remember. It was back at Neo in Perry, and I was actually like working out by myself like 1 o'clock or whatever. And Michelle comes in, and you're like, hey, you're a little nervous. You're like saying, hey, what's up? And you're like, yeah, we just kind of like a little intimidated. Like, we still like to like have fun and go out and stuff. And I looked at you and I was like, well, yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole reason we work out. And you're like, really? And like, I think it's just, I don't know if you remember that. Do you remember that?
I remember my first day. I was scared to death, actually.
Well, you didn't work out though. You just you came
thank you.
in and just to check it out or something, and I was the only one there. And I think I eased your nerves a little bit by saying I was the only one.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's kind of like, I was going to say, like, a lot of people, I think they have this, like, perception that, like, well, I don't eat that great, or I'm not in the best shape right now. And I just think a lot of people have that. I remember, before I actually joined a gym, like last week we were talking about Dan and I used to do the workouts in my backyard. And I saw on this video, I had the same idea. I thought, like, people didn't go out, people didn't drink.
Right, super serious.
Yeah, right. And then I saw this one gym, like, in Carolina, I was watching on Facebook, and they had a Jaeger machine in the front of it. And I'm like,
Oh,
I was
okay.
like,
That's my kind
I'm like,
of
oh, this is weird. Well, I just thought, I was like,
Yeah.
this is kind of weird,
It
Jaeger
is.
machine. huh.
Yeah, but
maybe I'll check this place out.
yeah, we always joke that that's why we work out, so that we can
Yeah.
go out.
And
Have
that's
fun.
It's kind of true, yeah, and it's kind of like a balance thing.
Yeah,
in life,
absolutely. Everybody needs balance.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, speaking of balance, we did a nutrition challenge for 6 weeks. So Michelle ran it. It was good.
Great job.
It was good. Thought it went well. I think some, not everybody, goes full out, but I think it's good to at least check yourself for about 6
And
weeks.
it makes you more mindful of like what you're
Yeah.
eating,
Yeah.
and if that's like the best thing, that's great.
Yeah, and it's a good time to do it. So, real quick, the winners, we had the body fat percentage was Mike Malave, who lost 5% body
Yeah.
fat. So that was good. So Mike's like one of those guys who's always like, he's real like, they call him cerebral.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, he's
thinks-
always
he
asking
thi-
questions. He's
thinks a
always
lot, yeah.
thinking about how
Thinks a
he
lot.
can improve himself.
Right, and I think he gets down on himself a lot. So it was good that I was
Yeah.
really glad that he
I
dropped
agree.
that 5%.
Yeah, for sure. He worked really hard, so that was
good.
nice.
Yeah, he worked really hard too. We had the weight loss percentage was Laura Gibb.
Yeah, give.
And
Yeah.
she lost 5% of her body weight, 5.07.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 7 pounds. So
Yeah.
I mean, she did really
Yeah.
well too. So
7 pounds, so she weighs 65 pounds, so.
yeah.
No. So that was good, and then she just looks like really lean too. Just looks
She's-
great.
yeah.
And her.
And her performance has improved
Yeah,
too. You can
yeah.
definitely tell.
And you can see that. I mean, you start eating better, and
Yep.
your performance just goes to the roof. So, she's one of those people that, like, you give her an instruction, she's gonna follow to the T. You don't have to babysit
Right,
too
right,
much
yeah.
on it. Hey,
No,
this is what
she's
you're gonna
great.
do. Yeah. So, yeah, Laura did a great job. And then the total points was Kelly Boland, 6 a.m. class. So she got the best hats, by the way. She wears good hats.
Merci.
Yeah. But so she had 190 points, which was almost perfect. Because the perfect score was 30, 43 a week. No, 25
points per day.
plus
5.
4, and then 4 on the weekend.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
33 a day times 6, 100, whatever, 200 something. So she was pretty close to perfect, which is pretty hard to do. And she's not one of those people like you just give her a challenge. She's like a challenge person. But I don't think she wanted to do the open this year, and I was like, or someone challenged her, Jess or Jessica. It's it's an open competition. She's like, all right, competition. I'm in. Let's go.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Let's go.
And sometimes that's all people need is just
Yeah.
a little bit of competition. And
Yeah.
So whatever works for you is definitely a good way to go.
Yeah, so that's pretty amazing. So that was good. And then Mike Urban lost the most weight, like 7 or 8 pounds or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that was good. And Mike, it was good because so just to go into this, Mike and Courtney's wife, we gave her the A for Effort award
Yeah,
because
she was so close, like
she was
just
trying so
behind
hard.
every single
Yeah.
person.
She was trying so hard. And then I remember, like, after 2 weeks, I was like, how's the nutrition challenge going? And she goes, it sucks. I hate it. She hated it because it's just hard to
It
make
is.
that change,
Right.
But she works so hard. She looks great. She's doing great
Really
workouts.
well.
And she was pretty much close on all of them. So you can tell, it helps too when Mike and Courtney were both
Yeah,
kind of into
for
it.
sure.
I'm
You
sure
have your
Brent,
significant other, your family.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
I'm sure Brent and Mason
Yeah.
weren't involved with that too much. But yeah, so that was great. So we're gonna actually do another nutrition challenge right before Murph. So to get you ready for the summer, it's only 3 weeks. So just to prepare you for that, and we're gonna try to do a little more education. Kind of what we're doing what we do with these nutrition challenges is, we try to just have people kind of focus on the daily habits because that's really what it is. And I think, what people, they don't have a good baseline of like a good baseline of how they should eat every day. They call it diet, but it's really just how you should eat every day, right?
For sure.
And so when you create a baseline, that really helps. And then you jump into, let's say you want to do a nutrition challenge where you're really strict, or a keto diet, or paleo strict, or whatever it is. And then you're not gonna be able to sustain that all year long.
Right.
It's just impossible. So then when you go back to your baseline, then you should kind of be back to where you're not eating a lot of processed food. So if your baseline is McDonald's and you're eating a lot of processed food, that's your baseline. And then you jump into this keto diet, what's going to happen? You're going to go back to your baseline eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna be miserable.
Well, it's just going to be the yo-yo,
Yeah,
up
you
and
can't
down.
do
You're
that,
going to lose weight. And so that's what we kind of want to try to focus on for that.
Make your baseline healthier.
Yeah.
Do that every day.
Exactly. Anything else on the nutrition challenge?
No, I was very pleased. I mean, like I said, I know how hard it is because it's hard for me to be strict every day. So for those of you that stuck with it and did a great job, thank you so much. And I appreciate your efforts, and I hopefully you'll come away with some good new habits.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good too. And like Michelle's always a good person to ask too about different questions on nutrition and eating, and yeah, so don't hesitate to ask her about stuff. You can ask me too, but Michelle's pretty good. So a lot of people ask Michelle and I about our daily, or like basically weekly, what do you eat, how do you meal plan, that kind of thing. So we kind of wanted to walk you through kind of our planning process, like for the week. And once you do it a couple of times, it really just becomes easy, and it's, or I wouldn't say easy, it becomes simple. And so like I think we try to confuse simple and easy sometimes. Don't complicate it. It doesn't have to be some crazy like crazy diet,
right.
But it's not easy per se.
Yeah,
it's hard.
for sure.
You got to work hard at it, but it's simple. Simple.
Don't make it complicated.
Don't make it count. As people would tell me, hey, I heard about this backloaded carb diet, carb cycling diet. And I'm like, sure, try it out, see what happens. But
yeah, it's too much work, and then people don't stick with it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's easy to just say. So I get this sheet here. I'm definitely a breakfast, lunch, dinner guy. Like I don't do 6 small meals or whatever.
Right.
I just do breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'll have a snack, an RX bar, if I get hungry or whatever.
Yeah.
And my meals just try to be, some lean protein. So I always try to get a meat or, tofu. No, I don't eat tofu. never had that.
I don't either.
And then some starchy carbs. A potato, a fruit, a squash, that kind of thing. And then a thumb of fat, and then some vegetables. And it's just simple, right? It's not simple. Like you said, it's easier to go to Burgers and Beer and get, something, have them make you something, but it's simple just to do that, right? And so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's how I try to prepare my meals. So, Saturday, I'll get some recipes for the week, and I don't know where I get recipes from. Oh yeah, the internet. That's right, Google. Just Google paleo recipes.
There's so many great recipes out there.
The first thing that pops up is 100 great paleo recipes for a busy diet or something, or a busy person. And you pick some of those out, and then you just look. I look at the ingredients. I see what I have in the fridge. Just write some stuff down, and then I kind of know. Like I said, so I'm breakfast, lunch, dinner guy, 7 days a week, and I kind of know at least up till Thursday what I'm gonna eat. Like Monday to Thursday, okay, for breakfast I'm gonna eat this. Lunch I'm gonna eat this. Dinner I'm gonna eat this, and then lunch I just make a big dish. Like this week I did, stir fried chicken kind of thing.
Right.
Just made a big thing of it, and then I portion it out for all week, and then you eat the same thing all week. By Friday I'm sick of it.
Yeah. But I can do the same thing. I can eat things for quite a few days before I get sick of it. So that works if you can do that.
And it doesn't take that long. When I do go grocery shopping, it's like whatever, 45 minutes. And then by the time I'm done making stuff, it's a couple hours or whatever, but then I'm done all week.
Right.
And so slow cooker is great, Instant Pot great, but I try to prepare myself for the week, and I would say failing to plan is planning to fail.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kinda how I go through it. And so on Saturday I just kinda prepare myself, and I write down a shopping list of all the ingredients I need, and then I got everything. So how do you usually prepare each month?
I do similar to you. I make up my list. I make up a menu for the week, and then I have that little menu board that I post on my refrigerator, so everybody kind of knows. And some weeks I'm less organized than others, but that helps me a lot. So that way I know exactly what we're having that night. There's no questions. Everybody, and then like I said, go to the grocery store, get all your stuff. One of the best new things is the grocery shopping that you just go pick it up now.
Oh yeah,
you don't have to go in the store. So for those of you that are super busy, there's really no excuses now. You can do it on your lunch break, order everything online, and then schedule it to be picked up on your way home from work, and then there's your stuff.
That's
saving a lot of time.
They make
is
it
awesome.
so much easier now.
Yeah.
Actually, the other day too, I looked on Amazon, and like there's it's some stuff that's harder to get, almond milk. I got this new brand of organic almond milk, because it's hard to find the good stuff at the store. So kind of those little nuanced stuff I'll just buy online on Amazon or whatever, and you usually buy like a little bit bigger package or whatever, so it's 3 or 4. And then just at the grocery store, you get the produce and the meat and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and Amazon is great. I mean, my goodness, they pretty much have everything you could possibly want.
And usually it's free too, so.
Yeah, so get the Amazon Prime. It's totally worth it if you shop online a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly what we do. We make the menu for the week, and I'm the kind of person that, like I said, I can eat something for the same. So I have eggs almost every day for breakfast.
Yeah.
And for me, that's fine.
Right.
Some people can't do that.
Right.
But I like eggs, so it works out for me.
Yeah.
And make dinners. A lot of times, like you said, I'll make a big pot of chili. Like make a big pot of chili, have that for lunch for a few days, or leftovers for whatever. And that's what I'll do for lunch. Is a lot of times just do leftovers from dinner. So.
Yeah, and that's what. This is gonna be funny, but that Elite Eating Cleveland too. Another plug for them. Elite Eating Cleveland. So like a lot of people will say, well, I'm out of town this weekend, so that's like just so you can stay on track. It's a good way to do it. So like this weekend, I'm going to Columbus. I'll be out of town all weekend. So I actually ordered it for next week, so I don't have to worry about planning my lunches because I don't want to have Emily worry about that.
Yeah, you come home, it's not good.
So I'm always nervous when she cooks. No, she's good, but that's kind of a couple of good things to think about, and then if you don't have the cooking skills too, that's something we kind of overlook. A lot of people don't even know how to cook certain things.
Right, absolutely.
And start really basic. Like the recipe literally just walks you right through it, right?
If you can read, you can read a recipe. So
make
it an easy recipe,
Yeah, and then start out basic. Start out the basic stuff. Even the slow cooker is so easy. You just throw the stuff in there and
that's the best
heat
thing.
it up.
Yeah, I love it. I use it all the time, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
Like I said, drop it in the morning and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So.
And what's cool is like you find like these recipes, they'll have like that usually have like cream of mushroom in it or something.
Right.
They teach you how to like make it healthy. Like you're like, okay, instead of this, I can just substitute coconut oil. Instead of flour, I can do arrowroot or almond meal or whatever it is.
Yeah, and as you get to be more savvy in cooking, then you kind of can already know like, oh, well, I don't have to use that. Like it says, if it says vegetable oil, I'll substitute coconut oil or something.
Right.
And you just kind of start realizing what's healthier and what to use instead.
So we want to like try to get people to cook their own meals. It's just always better that way.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried the meal delivery services?
I have not. My girlfriend has, and she loves it, raves about it. She used, I think, Blue Apron.
Yeah.
And sent me even some free ones, but I enjoy cooking, and so for me, I mean, and you're still cooking that way, but everything's delivered to you. But again, it's just like using like the grocery pickup. I guess.
It's the same idea.
Except this comes right to your door. So. But some people love it.
Yeah, and it's good to start with the meal delivery, because they got pictures and they show you exactly how to cook. So if you're not really great with cooking, that's a good that's a
she
decent
loved
place
it.
to start.
And, she actually, I went over for dinner one night with one of them, and it was delicious. So
I found that the Blue Apron and the HelloFresh are a little bit bigger companies, and the recipes aren't as good, and the stuff, the quality ingredients isn't that good. We actually tried the Green Chef and the Plated. I liked a little bit better. The Sunbasket was good too. There's like a million of them.
Yeah, there's a ton of them now. All of a sudden,
But I think the smaller one's a little bit better because it'd probably be a little more expensive.
Right, but a little bit more attention to detail.
Yeah, and the ingredients probably a little bit better. So that's good. So that's what just try to plan out your meals ahead of time. And another thing I think about too is like, I'm a breakfast, lunch, dinner guy, like I said. So like I think at the whole week I do 21 meals. Just say 7 days a week, 3 meals. And so what I shoot for, my baseline is, they said the 80-20 rule. I was like 75%. So I'm like 16 of my meals are how I eat protein, starchy carb, veggie, and a dumb of fat. And then as I'm doing a little bit better, right, so like January, February, there's nothing going on, I'm usually like 19 out of 21 meals. I'm almost 90%. But then when I go back to baseline, then I try to think about it in percentage. How did I eat this week, right? If I'm below 50%, right? I didn't do myself any good that week,
And you work so hard in the gym. That's what, these people come, they work really hard. And if you work really hard in the gym, but then you go home and don't eat right, then you're kind of almost a wasted effort. I hate to say it, but. And
like I said, keep it simple too. It's not easy, but it's simple.
Right.
Good. So that's our diet. That was pretty good.
And first of all, I just wanted to say, we talked about the nutrition challenge. Alex actually did really super well. Lost
I was hoping you mentioned
that.
Yeah.
I should have. Sorry. Gold star for Alex because he was down 5-6. I mean, your body fat percentage was down, your weight was down.
Down like 3%.
Yeah, so it was very impressive, and he took himself out of the winners bracket just because
I know, like, I don't know why, but October, November, December for me, like, I did it the same thing last year. I got married last year, so that was kind of a reason why, but, and then, like, January, February, I'm like, all right, let's get this, I think it's like football, like, seriously, like, football on Saturday and Sunday, forget it.
And it's just the holidays are there, and, lots going on, lots of social events, so, and that's our problem as a society, we love to eat, socially, we all go out and have drinks and eat.
That's right. And it's a habit thing, too, like, I find, like, the first 2 weeks when I'm starting to go like clean, it's a little bit harder, it's hard. And then as soon as after that, it's like now it's like I can't even imagine going out to eat breakfast in the morning, at a restaurant, so.
Yeah, I feel like the more I'm pushed to be strict, then the more I rebel. So.
So the last thing we want to talk about is kind of our events that we have at the gym for the year.
Lots of fun stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. So. Try to attend as much as you can. They're actually a lot of fun. Really, there's no like pressure to like really even work out. Just come and kind of hang out at all these events. It's pretty cool. So the first one we have is, first of all, Friday Night Lights that we do. I think a lot of people think they have to work out when they come.
Yeah.
We actually just do this head-to-head matchups, and what we do is just pair up a couple of people that we think would be a good matchup. And we do like an introduction for them. We kind of run it like a WWF match. It's kind of fun, like a wrestling match. Everybody kind of sits around, and someone usually makes food. Like Mark and Michelle are making food this week. Just make something to bite on, and then everyone has a couple of fit aids.
Right.
So.
Very fun.
So come out to that. That's a lot of fun. Even if you stay for a half hour, the kids are welcome. The kids always come running around, so it's kind of fun. And then actually 18.5, it's in 2 weeks from today, we're going to go over to CrossFit Remix in Menor, and we're going to do kind of a joint thing. And actually, you don't have to work out there, but I think, most people are going to get their workout in over at Remix at like 5:30 or whatever. They're going to have 8 people go at once, not like you're going to be on stage or anything like that. But if you want to come work out there, and then we're going to hang out and do the same thing, have a couple of fit aids and
barbecue some food.
Some food, yeah. So it'll be fun to kind of we kind of meet some new people and that, and they're like great people over there, a lot of fun.
For sure.
So that's the 23rd, and
next week we got St. Patty's Day.
Oh, next week, yes, St. Patrick's Day. We're gonna do a little teams of 3 WOD. And it's gonna be a pretty good workout. Wear your green stuff or whatever, and then we're gonna do a little social after. So we're trying to clear out all these fit aids and all these
got a few
fit aids. Right. Maybe we'll get the Jaeger machine for that. I'll have to get the Jaeger machine. So we're gonna only do a 10 a.m. WOD that day. If you have to work out early or something, we could probably work something out with you. But we want to try to get most people coming in at 10. Everybody do the workout and then kind of hang around for a little bit after. And I think it's supposed to be decent outside, like, I don't know, 40s or something, so it'll be pretty good. So St. Patrick's Day, and then the next thing we have, that was in April or no?
That was...
Oh, yeah. We're actually going to do a nutrition day. We're going to do like an hour and a half, a little nutrition seminar on basics in nutrition. So this will get us ready for our nutrition challenge, which will be, like I said, in May. So definitely try to check that out. I think Michelle and I will put together a good little PowerPoint and just make it kind of basic stuff, and it'll be a lot of fun. We'll post on Facebook about that, or I'll send an email out about that.
Yep.
And then in May we're gonna do our triathlon again. So last year it was the worst day of the year.
The weather was terrible.
It was the first week of May, so I was kind of picturing like I got like a couple of cases of Fit Aid, and I put it in a cooler, and I was just like picturing like people like sitting outside washing their cars, while people were running across the finish line, and then everybody having a couple of Fit Aids, whatever after, and
Didn't work so
yeah, I showed up and it was like 18 degrees and raining out.
Like pouring sideways rain.
Yeah, it was
awful
definitely sideways rain. And then so we did.
We did it.
We did it. Yeah.
We ran in the rain.
It was a 150 cal row, 100 calories on the bike, and then a mile run. It's kind of like a 5K. That's what I would say. It's kind of like that because it's around like under 30 minutes. Let's just say. And it's fun. We usually have like we had Juiced come out last year from Chardon, and they give us like smoothies and wraps and that kind of thing. So it's kind of a fun little event. And like honestly, everybody can do it. If you're like, I can't run a mile, we'll scale. Yeah, we'll walk or we'll scale it down to a 400 or something. But don't feel like you have to do it. Just kind of like an everyday thing. But it's kind of fun to just come and hang out. Let's see what else.
Murph.
And then Murph, yeah, that's probably one of the biggest events of the year, Memorial Day Murph. That is on Memorial Day.
Yeah, Monday. It's the 28th this year. I did write the date. So for those of you who don't know about Murph, it's named after Navy SEAL Lieutenant Michael Murphy, who was actually killed in action. And there's a movie called Lone Survivor, and that tells the whole story of that Navy SEAL unit that was killed, unfortunately. So every year on Memorial Day, it's kind of a great tribute to do this. Most boxes around the country, I would say, do Murph on Memorial Day. So and supposedly this is one of the workouts that this gentleman, Michael Murphy, did himself. And so challenge yourself if you can make it out on Memorial Day. It's a great turnout. We always have a ton of people.
Yeah, 100 people last year. So
it's awesome, and it's just a great day to remember our service members.
Do a little cookout after too. And then July 4th, our favorite Slam and Sammy workout. I love that one. And so just July 4th, kind of the same idea. It's a little bit of a harder workout. We've done it the last couple of years. After my man Sammy Reinsel, we named it. And then the 21st of July is a stadium game, so mark your dates, calendars for that one. That's our event we do at Riverside High School. Last year we did it at Chardon, but we're doing it at Riverside this year. So that'll be July 21st. Always looking for volunteers and some sponsors for that as well. August 4th is our golf outing, so it's a Saturday this year. Kind of looking forward to that Saturday.
It'll be nice, Sunday's rough.
The attendance was pretty low on Monday last year. The day after that.
I wonder why.
That's going to be at 1 p.m., okay? So make sure you mark down your calendar for that. And then Labor Day is Hot Shots 21. So I don't want to think about the end of summer, so we're just going to stop it right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
We'll just we'll shoot for Memorial Day.
Yeah, lots going on though. Please make sure come out, support us, support your friends. Bring friends and family. Maybe people that aren't familiar with CrossFit. That's always our events are always a great day to bring new people and let them see what it's all about.
Yeah, and so just make sure it's simple. It's not easy. It's simple, right?
Nothing's ever easy. Nothing worth doing is easy. It's like something like that.
It's like our move when we moved from next door, right?
That wasn't easy.
It was simple though, right?
Oh, I don't
you just pick stuff up and moved it.
Right.
So but it wasn't easy. It's kind of the same idea, right? Actually, John Dulce, if I didn't have him.
Oh yeah. He's
I said he should do like a TV show on HGTV, and we call it Moving Shit with John Dulce, and it's kind of like Restaurant Impossible, where they're like, all right, we got 2 days to move. We got 2 days to move CrossFit Tri Point over to this new space, new location. All right, it's going to be very challenging, and some of the obstacles, and then he's got 2 days to kind of get it done,
Yeah.
And he had like these crazy I was like, hey dude, I wonder if we can get a dolly out here, and he's like, oh yeah, I got, he'd go over and it was like a robotic dolly. He'd come over and
dolly on steroids.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey Alexa, move that thing, and the dolly would go and pick up the refrigerator and move it.
Awesome.
And then I'd be like, all right, we got to move these 12 barbells or whatever, and I'd pick one up, I'd have it in my arm, and he'd have 15 in the arm, I'd be like, all right, we're done. Yeah, so.
He's good to have, for sure. Lots of good
What were we
helpers.
talking about again? I forget. All right, yeah, so that's
just
good.
all the events that we have going on.
Yeah.
Bring a friend.
Very good. Cool.
So, anything else?
That's it.
That's it.
Good.
All right. Good job.
Man, I think that was long. Oh, crap, 28 minutes.